Welcome to our comprehensive study of mathematical induction. I'm thrilled to guide you through one of the most powerful and elegant proof techniques in mathematics. Today, we'll explore how mathematical induction allows us to prove statements about infinite sequences of numbers, a truly remarkable tool that bridges the finite and infinite. This presentation is part of our Advanced Mathematics series from Easy Maths, where we make complex mathematical concepts accessible and engaging. Let's embark on this journey to master the art of inductive reasoning. By the end of this presentation, you will have mastered several crucial skills. First, you'll understand the fundamental principle of mathematical induction and why it works so powerfully. You'll learn to apply standard induction to prove summation formulas, which are essential in many areas of mathematics. We'll also explore strong induction for more complex problems that require multiple previous cases. You'll discover how to prove divisibility statements using induction, analyze geometric series through inductive reasoning, and solve problems involving recursive sequences. Additionally, you'll learn to verify mathematical formulas systematically and compare different induction techniques to choose the most appropriate method for each problem. These skills will serve as a foundation for advanced mathematical reasoning throughout your studies. Before we dive into induction, let's review the essential prerequisites. From mathematical foundations, you'll need basic algebra and arithmetic, a solid understanding of integers and natural numbers, elementary set theory, and familiarity with basic proof techniques. Key concepts include logical reasoning with if-then statements, understanding mathematical statements and propositions, and comfort with quantifiers like for all and there exists. Essential skills include algebraic manipulation, factoring polynomials, working with fractions and exponents, and a basic understanding of sequences. From prior knowledge, you should be familiar with summation notation, basic properties of divisibility, and have a general understanding of mathematical formulas. If any of these areas feel uncertain, I encourage you to review them before we proceed, as they'll be crucial for understanding induction. Now let's explore the heart of mathematical induction. To prove that a statement P of n is true for all positive integers n greater than or equal to some starting value n naught, we follow a systematic three-step process. Step 1 is the base case. We prove that P of n naught is true. This establishes our foundation. Step 2 is the inductive hypothesis. We assume that P of k is true for some arbitrary integer k greater than or equal to n naught. This is not something we prove, it's an assumption we make. Step 3 is the inductive step. We prove that P of k plus 1 is true, using our assumption that P of k is true. This is where the real work happens. Finally, we reach our conclusion. By the principle of mathematical induction, P of n is true for all n greater than or equal to n naught. Think of this like climbing an infinite ladder. If you can step onto the first rung and you can always step from one rung to the next, then you can climb as high as you want. Strong induction provides a more powerful variant of our basic technique. Instead of assuming only P of k is true, we assume P of 1, P of 2, all the way up to P of k are all true, then prove P of k plus 1. When should you use strong induction? Use it when P of k plus 1 depends on multiple previous cases. For recursive sequences like Fibonacci numbers, or when you need more than just the immediate predecessor to establish the next case. The advantage is clear. You have a more flexible assumption and can reference any or all previous cases, which often simplifies complex proofs. Strong induction is particularly useful when the relationship between consecutive terms isn't straightforward, giving you the freedom to use whatever previous information you need to establish the next step. Let's work through our first concrete example. We want to prove that for all positive integers n, the sum 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus ... plus n equals n times open parenthesis n plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 2. This is a classic application of mathematical induction and an excellent place to start building your intuition. Our strategy is straightforward. We'll verify the base case for n equals 1, assume the formula works for n equals k, and then prove it works for n equals k plus 1. This example will demonstrate all the key components of an inductive proof. Let's start with our base case when n equals 1. On the left side, when n equals 1, our sum is simply 1. On the right side, using our formula, we get 1 times open parenthesis 1 plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 2, which equals 1 times 2 divided by 2, which equals 2 divided by 2, which equals 1. Since 1 equals 1, our base case holds perfectly. This verification confirms that our formula is correct for the starting value. Notice how even complex formulas often have simple base cases that are easy to verify. This is a common and reassuring pattern in mathematical induction. Now we state our inductive hypothesis. We assume the statement is true for n equals k, where k is some positive integer. This means we assume that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus ... plus k equals k times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 2. What does this mean? We are temporarily accepting that our formula works for some specific value k. This is our working assumption, our stepping stone to the next case. Remember, we don't prove the inductive hypothesis, we assume it and use it as our foundation to prove the next case. This assumption is the key that unlocks the inductive step. Now for the inductive step. Our goal is to prove the statement is true for n equals k plus 1. We want to show that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus ... plus k plus open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis equals open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis k plus 2 close parenthesis divided by 2. Let's start by writing out the left side. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus ... plus k plus open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis. We can regroup this as open parenthesis 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus ... plus k close parenthesis plus open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis. Here's the key insight. The blue portion is exactly what we assumed in our inductive hypothesis. This is where the magic of induction happens. We can use our assumption. Let's complete our inductive step with careful algebraic manipulation. We have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus ... plus k plus open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis equals open parenthesis 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus ... plus k close parenthesis plus open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis. By our inductive hypothesis, This equals k times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 2 plus open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis. To add these fractions, we need a common denominator, k times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 2 plus 2 times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 2. This gives us k times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis plus 2 times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis, all divided by 2. Factoring out open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis, we get open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis k plus 2 close parenthesis divided by 2. Finally, we can rewrite this as open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 2. Success! This is exactly the formula for n equals k plus 1, completing our inductive step. Dash. By the principle of mathematical induction, our formula holds for all positive integers n. Let's verify this with a few specific cases. For n equals 1, the sum is 1, and our formula gives 1 times 2 divided by 2 equals 1. For n equals 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3, and our formula gives 2 times 3 divided by 2 equals 3. For n equals 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6, and our formula gives 3 times 4 divided by 2 equals 6. The pattern continues perfectly, giving us confidence in our proof. This verification table shows how a proven formula consistently produces the correct results. Dash. Let's tackle a more challenging example, the sum of squares. We want to prove that for all positive integers n, 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared plus plus n squared equals n times open parenthesis n plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis to n plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 6. This presents more challenges. It's a more complex formula involving 3 factors, requires careful algebraic manipulation, and provides good practice for factoring skills. Notice the pattern recognition opportunity. The formula involves n, open parenthesis n plus 1 close parenthesis, and open parenthesis to n plus 1 close parenthesis, which are consecutive and related terms. Dash. Let's verify our base case when n equals 1. On the left side, when n equals 1, we have 1 squared equals 1. On the right side, using our formula, we get 1 times open parenthesis 1 plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis 2 times 1 plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 6, which equals 1 times 2 times 3 divided by 6, which equals 6 divided by 6, which equals 1. Since 1 equals 1, our base case holds. This observation is important. Even complex formulas often have simple base cases that are easy to verify, which should give you confidence as you work through more intricate inductive proofs. Dash. We assume the statement is true for n equals k, 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared plus plus k squared equals k times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis to k plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 6. Our goal for the inductive step is to prove this for n equals k plus 1, 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared plus plus k squared plus open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis squared equals open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis k plus 2 close parenthesis times open parenthesis to k plus 3 close parenthesis divided by 6. Our strategy is to add open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis squared to both sides of our inductive hypothesis and manipulate algebraically to reach our target formula. Dash. Let's begin our inductive step. We have 1 squared plus 2 squared plus plus k squared plus open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis squared. By our inductive hypothesis, this equals k times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis to k plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 6 plus open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis squared. To combine these terms, we need a common denominator, k times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis to k plus 1 close parenthesis plus 6 times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis squared, all divided by 6. Factoring out open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis, we get open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open bracket k times open parenthesis to k plus 1 close parenthesis plus 6 times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis close bracket, all divided by 6. Our next step is to simplify the expression k times open parenthesis to k plus 1 close parenthesis plus 6 times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis and show it factors nicely. Dash. Let's expand the bracket. K times open parenthesis to k plus 1 close parenthesis plus 6 times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis equals to k squared plus k plus 6k plus 6, which simplifies to 2k squared plus 7k plus 6. Now we need to factor this quadratic expression. We are looking for factors of 2k squared plus 7k plus 6. This factors as open parenthesis k plus 2 close parenthesis times open parenthesis to k plus 3 close parenthesis. Let's verify our factoring. Open parenthesis k plus 2 close parenthesis times open parenthesis to k plus 3 close parenthesis equals to k squared plus 3k plus 4k plus 6, which equals to k squared plus 7k plus 6. Perfect. Our factoring is correct. Dash. Now we can complete our inductive step. We have open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open bracket to k squared plus 7k plus 6 close bracket divided by 6, which equals open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis k plus 2 close parenthesis times open parenthesis to k plus 3 close parenthesis divided by 6. Finally, we can rewrite this as open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis plus 1 close parenthesis times open parenthesis 2 times open parenthesis k plus 1 close parenthesis plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 6. Success! This is exactly the formula for n equals k plus 1. Completing our proof. By mathematical induction, the sum of squares formula holds for all positive integers n. Let's test our formula with specific values. For n equals 1, 1 squared equals 1, and our formula gives 1 times 2 times 3 divided by 6 equals 1. For n equals 2, 1 squared plus 2 squared equals 5, and our formula gives 2 times 3 times 5 divided by 6 equals 5. For n equals 3, the sum equals 14, and our formula gives 3 times 4 times 7 divided by 6 equals 14. The pattern holds perfectly, giving us confidence in our proof and demonstrating the power of mathematical induction to establish formulas for infinite sequences. Let me share essential strategies for mastering inductive proofs. Follow this step-by-step approach. First, identify the statement P of n to be proved clearly. Second, find the starting value n0, which is usually 1 or 0. Third, verify the base case or cases carefully. Don't rush this step. Fourth, state the inductive hypothesis clearly and explicitly. Fifth, prove the inductive step using algebraic manipulation, being meticulous with each step. Sixth, write a clear conclusion citing the principle of mathematical induction. Common pitfalls to avoid include: don't assume what you're trying to prove, check your algebra carefully in the inductive step, make sure your base case actually works, and use strong induction when the problem requires it. Remember, induction is as much about careful logical reasoning as it is about algebraic manipulation. Now it's time to practice. Here are basic summation formulas and geometric series for you to prove using induction. First, prove that 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus ... plus 2n equals n times open parenthesis n plus 1 close parenthesis. Second, prove that 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus ... plus open parenthesis 2n minus 1 close parenthesis equals n squared. Third, prove that 1 cubed plus 2 cubed plus 3 cubed plus ... plus n cubed equals open parenthesis n times open parenthesis n plus 1 close parenthesis divided by 2 close parenthesis squared. For geometric series, prove that 3 plus 3 squared plus 3 cubed plus ... plus 3 to the n equals 3 times open parenthesis 3 to the n minus 1 close parenthesis divided by 2. Finally, prove that 1/2 plus 1/4 plus 1/8 plus ... plus 1 divided by 2 to the n equals 1 minus 1 divided by 2 to the n. Work through these systematically using our 3-step process. Ready for more challenging problems? Let's explore divisibility and inequality problems. For divisibility, prove that 5 to the n minus 1 is divisible by 4 for all n greater than or equal to 1. Prove that 7 to the n minus 1 is divisible by 6 for all n greater than or equal to 1. Also prove that n cubed minus n is divisible by 3 for all n greater than or equal to 1. For inequality problems, prove that 2 to the n is greater than n squared for all n greater than or equal to 5. Prove that n factorial is greater than 2 to the n for all n greater than or equal to 4. Finally, prove that 1 divided by 1 times 2 plus 1 divided by 2 times 3 plus ... plus 1 divided by n times open parenthesis n plus 1 close parenthesis equals n divided by open parenthesis n plus 1 close parenthesis. These problems will challenge your understanding of different applications of induction beyond simple summation formulas. For our most advanced challenges, we'll explore strong induction and complex problems. First, prove that every integer n greater than or equal to 2 can be written as a product of primes. Second, Prove that f sub n is greater than open parenthesis 3 halves close parenthesis to the power open parenthesis n minus 2 close parenthesis for n greater than or equal to 6, where f sub n represents Fibonacci numbers. Third, prove that any amount of postage greater than or equal to 12 cents can be made using 4-cent and 5-cent stamps. For challenge problems, prove that the number of subsets of a set with n elements is 2 to the n. Prove that the sum from k equals 1 to n of k times k factorial equals open parenthesis n plus 1 close parenthesis factorial minus 1. Finally, prove that the sum from k equals 0 to n of n choose k equals 2 to the n, which is the binomial theorem for x equals y equals 1. Thank you for joining me on this comprehensive journey through mathematical induction. We've explored the fundamental principles, worked through detailed examples, and practiced with problems of increasing complexity. You now have the tools to prove statements about infinite sequences with confidence and rigor. Mathematical induction truly is your key to proving infinite truths from finite steps. Continue your mathematical journey with practice and exploration, and remember to visit www.easymaths.org for more advanced mathematics content. Keep practicing these techniques, they'll serve you well throughout your mathematical studies.